Yeah, it would seem that the Gremlins, they have been at the auto looper on the thing again. It's not supposed to be like that. I put it on loop, left it on auto play. No, look, every time press play on it ages ago, and it didn't work. Now it'll start working, of course, because I just put it on now. Or maybe it won't. Let's see. Yeah, it works now. It's absolutely fine. So there we go. Who knows why that would be? Okay, so just gonna switch on 23. We got to remember that 23 is coming, and yeah, because of that putting me off, I forgot to switch over to the Friday service thing. So you're gonna have to put me do that. Alright. Hey, we're in. We're on. So yes. Hi TF2 Real Gamer 2022. Always good to have you in the chat of a Friday evening, and here we are. So I suppose we better get the formalities over. But it is Christmas. So it is Christmas. And so for that reason, I will only read the first and last words of the disclaimer, just to give everyone a bit of a break this week. I mean, it's a legal requirement, but I think we can let it go. Happy holidays indeed. So let's just here. So disclaimer: all Fnord. There you go. That did that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Order of service. Deep thoughts. No faces of Eris. She's still on holiday. I mean, she's not going to come back now. That Christmas is just around the corner. She's going to take full advantage of the holiday. So we won't be seeing her until 2025. I can guarantee you of that. We need, of course, to have our sacraments to hand, strawberry flavoured, even if that strawberry flavour is all in your mind. And, of course, we have reflective tarot. So there we go. That is the... that is what's going on. And of course, in 21 minutes, just over 21 minutes, we will have the glory of 23 shining into our lives once again. But of course, we begin this week with some deep thoughts. And this is about it. This is the whole slide. I couldn't really think. You got strawberry flavoured soda? Well, there we go. Game on. As you know, house rules in the SWDP. Strawberry flavoured items are to be counted as hot dogs on a Friday, because my transubstantiating items that turn into hot dog are strawberry flavoured. Therefore, the strawberry flavour has now spilled over into any strawberry flavoured item. It's a sacrament, so you can save it for the end. So a shit and a flower. Okay. Yes, right. What? I'm confused and perturbed by this turn of events. Yeah, so that... Oh, I see. No, that's not a shit and a flower, although you could be mistaken. I mean, to be fair, calling holly a flower is even better than that. Yeah, it is a bit generous. No, it's a sprig of holly on top of a traditional British Christmas pudding. Where we take a bunch of flour and treacle and leftover bits of dried fruit and raisins and whatnot, and we stuff it in the bottom of a very large sock, and then we boil it for several hours, and then we let it dry out a bit, and then we cover it in brandy, and then we set it on fire, and then we cover it in brandy sauce once the fire's gone out, and then we eat it, and we pretend we like it. That's how we roll here in the old merry old UK. And the deep thinker is thinking about that traditional British Christmas pud, because, well, it is possible that you could see, a conflict between. Well, many people do. I mean, I'm Buddhist. Should I celebrate Christmas? I'm the ones who got it very clear for themselves. Why is this not working? This usually keeps the screen active, so I can preview when I'm. Oh, because I changed the focus on the tab. There we go. Lovely. Got a preview over there now. The only people who seem to have it very clear on this one are Jews who are like, no, Hanukkah, which is fair enough. There we go. But then other people who are like, Buddhists are very much like, but I like presents and cake and turkey and stuff. Yes, this is the special Discordian Christmas hat that I have for such occasions. I delivered a quiz wearing this hat the other day over Microsoft Teams and had a white green screen on, but it wasn't green. It turned out it was a white screen, and so it looked like I had weird stripes coming out of my head with see-through bits. It's quite cool, actually. So yeah, where was I up to with that then? Oh yes, okay. So there's often a conflict. Like I say, Buddhists, they're unclear onto whether Christmas is cool or not. There is the fact that it is, of course, called Christmas, Christ Mass, the Mass of Christ. But then, of course, tomorrow, the 21st, is Yule, the ancient pagan celebration of the winter solstice. And therefore, this could also be called, as I have indeed called it, the Yuletide season. And in fact, the sort of naming of this as Christmas is a bit of a misnomer because the Christians decided they'd like to co-opt the winter. Oh God, not Yule. Yeah, the point is not whether it's Yule or not. The point is that at the end of the year, in this darkest, around the shortest day on the winter solstice, people traditionally like to get drunk and debaucherous and have a bit of a feast. And to the extent that even the Christian church had to roll over and say, fine, do it, but we're calling it Christmas. It's all about Christ. It's all about Silent Night, Holy Night. It's all about away in a manger, little donkey, ding dong merrily on high. That's what it's all about. And everyone was busy drinking, and they just went, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But we're still sticking a evergreen tree covered in baubles in the corner of our room, drinking a shitload of brandy, eating a shitload of food, and giving each other presents. Although the gift exchange thing, it's just sort of stuck. See, I think probably the growth of capitalism as well. There is no real... chocolate eggs on Easter, they don't really count as gifts, do they? And there isn't another occasion... birthdays, of course, birthday presents, that's fine. But yeah, I would like to really get... Well, I'm not really that bothered, but it's weird that we all give each other gifts at Christmas. And the lame Christian explanation is because it's to mirror, the gold, frankincense and myrrh in the nativity. Although then surely the traditional gifts would be gold, frankincense, and somebody would have to go and find some myrrh as well. So yeah, poor old myrrh. Myrrh is often denigrated at this time of year when... Well, I've forgotten I'm doing a service, everybody. Hello, wife. I'm doing a service because it's 20 past 8, 7:15.
Oh, right, okay, so yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Alright, no worries. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Alright then, I'll give you a ring back. Alright.
Okay.
Bye. So there we go. That's it. Yes, my wife is away with the boy for the weekend because she has relatives that live a long way away. So she's taken the boy to see the relatives who live a long way away. And therefore, as she's not in the house, she has forgotten all about the fact that this is the time. Friday, almost without fail. There are certain occasions where one week I had to be somewhere else on Friday at this time. I was compelled to be somewhere else, and so I had to do the service at lunchtime. But if I can be here on or around 7 p.m. UK time on a Friday night, the SWDP eChapel will throw open its doors and welcome you in and answer such questions as, I'm a Discordian, am I allowed to celebrate Christmas? And the answer, as I think we've just sort of footled our way towards, is yeah, absolutely, go ahead. Yeah, because the whole point is that it's actually secretly a mass working of chaos magic. We discussed this a few weeks ago with the Saints' Day. You see, the SWDP has a very small membership. Yeah, and when we come to a Saints' Day, we have to fight to celebrate the Saints' Day. Good old Saint Flup and the meatballs and macaroni cheese. God, what days they were. never see the like of them again. No, literally, we won't, because we don't have Saints Days that come round and round. We'll never talk about Saint Flup again. He'll become, or they will become more and more a memory as time goes by. When we're in the next season, there'll be even less reason, because we'll have a new Saints Day. It'll all be shiny. The ever-present burden of novelty will be cast upon us. There are some commonalities, but they're largely random. Like what kind of saint? We could be all up for another meme lord. We could. That is possible. So we'll find out. Anyway, we'll find out very shortly. A week next Wednesday, in fact, when the new season comes upon us and Aftermath is left behind for 2024. 2025's chaos emerges anew. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling big chaos vibes. But yeah, back to the chaos magic. Yeah. So when we have a Saints Day, we have to work our own. It has a limited potential, and you can't actually make things happen. But Christmas is a massive deal in the Western world, and as such is a piece of chaos magic that people are doing without even thinking about it. There are such spells cast at this time of year, such as, oh, go on, it is Christmas. A sentence which at most of the rest of the year people just go, but it's not Christmas. But at Christmas, you can use it to excuse a lot of things, usually centered around drinking or slacking off or, you know, spending too much money, you know. And as long as everyone's happy and no one's hurt at the end of it, good on them. But yeah, there is obviously a noisy contingent that will maintain that the true, this is a great attempt by the Christ vibe here, the true meaning of Christmas. Yeah, but Christmas extends back into the past before the Christ event. Yeah, I mean, it was always thus. Shortest day, everybody pops open their favourite fermented liquid, drinks a bunch of it, and stuffs themselves silly and acts in many other debaucherous ways. It is a bacchanal. A bacchanal in the deepest of winter. The Greeks celebrated at these times. Although, to be fair, the Greeks would celebrate at the drop of a hat, as would the Romans. That's why they had so many gods. If you have that many gods, you have that many feast days, you just keep the party rolling pretty much all year. It's like a sale at many big corporations, outlet stores where everything's on sale all the time, you know, and they have 3 days where things are not on sale, then back on sale again. So, you know, I'm a Discordian. Can I celebrate Christmas? The answer is, oh, hell yes. Please do. Please enjoy. Apart from anything else, we also conveniently, the Discordians, this is the thing. This isn't deliberate, and this is fully admitted to be accidental. But as the Discordian seasonal calendar maps upon the Gregorian calendar, so that the 25th of December will always fall at the tail end of the Aftermath season. That's it. The end of the Aftermath will always be celebrated with a feast. We are not, in this case, the progenitors of the feast. We are merely surfers, mind surfers, harnessing that energy. That's why, I mean, this is the thing. There's people that like Christmas and people that don't like Christmas. But one thing you can say is if you perform the Christmas rituals, for example, one ritual we try to take in while we're together. Tonight, probably not, because I'm on my own. The wife and the son are away somewhere else. But if we are all together as a family every day during December, we try to partake of a bit of Christmas media. Could be a cartoon special, could be a Christmas movie, anything, just one every day. Obviously Advent calendars, they're always good. They're a little ritual that kind of spins and brings, you know, sort of, it's all about your thought. You're trying a vibe, and Christmas is a vibe. And I think, like every other piece of chaos magic, if you go along with it, then you get the benefit. And if you don't go along with it, you get nothing. Good day, sir. You lose. Oh, sorry, I just went a bit Willy Wonka there. But it's true. Yeah, it's like any other piece of chaos magic. You just work it, and it either works for you or it doesn't. But I don't think that. I mean, if you think about the rituals that take place, opening a door in a calendar. I mean, it used to be open a door in a calendar, get a picture of a bell or a dove or something. I mean, people used to love that. It's really hard to get one of those calendars now with all the pictures in. I'm wondering, to be fair, if there is a little bit more mysticism in that than maybe, but maybe it dropped off in popularity because it wasn't really working, because people didn't really understand it. But they understand opening a door every day and getting a tiny little bit of chocolate, don't they? That is certainly not going out of fashion. And indeed, it works with Legos now and all Thomas the Tank Engine miniatures. I can tell you that is happening right now. But if you think about that, what does that represent in certain frameworks that would claim the holiday as their own? It means nothing. It's just a thing you do. Counting down to something is just a mind ritual. And they've let it slide. And then a lot of other things. The Christmas tree, yeah? And that's the thing, the enduring heart of the Christmas stroke, Yuletide stroke, whatever season, is that people let things slide. I mean, the paraphernalia of Christmas bears about as much relation to the core of serious Christianity as the things that happen in C.S. Lewis children's books. I've been over those things and over them, and then people have explained the metaphors. I'm like, but this is just a cheese dream. What the hell, man? But people seem happy with it. That's the thing. People seem happy with it. Let it be. I'm not going to comment on that with the C.S. Lewis books. There are other better people for that. But in terms of Christmas, they've let it be. They've let it be. And it's a celebration so inured that the Puritans actually tried to ban it during the English Civil War. They said, cancel Christmas. We don't like that. We don't want it happening. King is dead. Long live the great Republic of the UK. No more monarchs telling us what to do, but now a bunch of Puritans, and they'll say no more Christmas. I'm not going to say that the Civil War movement ended abruptly shortly after it had first begun because they tried to call off Christmas, but if I were you, I wouldn't mess with Christmas. That's what I'm saying, It happens. And we call it Christmas. That's its name. That's what it's called now. Although some people did manage to reduce that to Xmas at one point. Some people didn't like that. But that's the point. The point is, it's like the part at the end of Aftermath where we all drink and eat too much and roll around on the floor going, oh, I've eaten too much and drunk too much. And indulge in novelty. That particular capitalist practice is maybe in 200 years, gift exchange it's out now, because the core part of it is eating and drinking and being merry. And that's it. Then Aftermath will be over and chaos will be back. So that's really all I wanted to get into on this Deep Thoughts occasion. Was just, if you were unresolved as to whether you could wholeheartedly partake in what you might regard to be someone else's holiday, fear not. It's not someone else's. It's yours. And it's really not theirs. Nobody owns Christmas. Nobody owns Christmas. People just really get into it. It's a vibe all on its own. So it's there. It happens to be there. And one of the things that I've noticed, I've been listening to a lot of Christmas playlists recently. There's something about Christmas music. Not maybe, something about Christmas carols, definitely. But all that stuff, Jingle Bell Rock, Christmas rapping, any of that stuff, rocking around a Christmas tree, Rudolph, Must Be Santa, any of those Christmas songs that go on the Christmas playlist. Stop the Cavalry, I Believe in Father Christmas. There's a particular noise in Christmas music, and that, I believe, is the closest, like if you really listen to it, is the closest you're going to get to Christmas magic, because it doesn't really happen at any other time. And what's really interesting about it is if you try and play it any other time of year, I believe it sounds somewhat lackluster, wrong, out of place. An enormous song in the British pantheon of Christmas songs, Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade. The band themselves recorded it in June, July when it was baking outside, and they were just sitting there thinking, I'm dying, this is ridiculous. This is the worst pile of crap we've ever sung. Nobody's going to like it. It just sounds awful. It's full of cliches. It's just got no energy. And so they recorded it and they took it away, and it got pressed into a single and it got released in time for Christmas. And wouldn't you know it, one of the biggest Christmas singles in the UK ever. And a die-hard addition to any Christmas party in the UK. Why? Because when you listen to it in June or July, you're just like, no. But then you put it on in December and suddenly it's like, well, yes, naturally. And that's what tells you, as soon as that kind of thing starts happening, where the most reasonable brains can be massaged into the shape where they listen to all this stuff and they think, wow, this is a good time. That's the vibe. That's what's going on. You know, it's a Jungian collective unconscious thing. We're all in there. So Discordians, don't just celebrate Christmas, revel in Christmas. It's a vibe. And like every other piece of chaos magic, you know, when you say, what about these Grinch people, what about these Scrooge people, you say, well, they just don't believe. Which is weird, because there are a lot of Christmas songs about if you just believe in Christmas. And believing in Santa Claus as well, which is you know, that's a weird concept if you think about it. I mean, people have thought about it, and it's jolly and jolly strange at the same time. And really, you know, I mean, I said Saint Nicholas. He's a saint. It's all to do with that other thing. But he's a guy. And then eventually his colour scheme, that comes from a soft drink advertising campaign. Christmas is a thing, if you tried to explain it to someone who just didn't get it, would sound like utter madness. Because it is utter madness. And that is why us Discordians should revel in it. And that's the end of Deep Thoughts, more or less. I would say that there's about 49 seconds of Deep Thoughts left. Because you know what's coming. You know what's coming. It's time. Oh yes, it is time. Nearly time. But well, really weird. Okay, we're about to pass through the eye of the needle. I'm doing this. It's not rudeness, but we're going through the eye of the needle, because in about 5 seconds we'll be 23 seconds from 23. Oh, 23ception. It goes round and round, but 23 seconds from 23 is not 23. No. There is only one 23, and it's coming in 10 seconds. Brace yourselves, people. It's an aftermath, pre-Yule, pre-Christmas 23 experience hitting you right upside the head right now. We're in. 23 is here. 23 is here again. And we can enjoy it for what it is. 23 endures, you see. It does not matter. It does not matter which season of the year it is, what celebrations are coming up, what kind of chaos magic is being worked. 23 will get in there, and 23 will come, and 23 will be here. It will be here. It was here. It will be here in the future, and it's here right now. 23 enfolds us and teaches us its lessons, its strange lessons. So there we go. That was 23 for this Yuletide edition of the SWTP weekly service. Of course, we are in You'll Be Good. That's the vibe of the month. And to be fair, it's just kind of swum and blended in with all the rest of the Christmas Yuletide energy. That's what happens. I mean, it is absolutely brilliant that you get more or less 31 days of this energy out of every year. 1/12 of the year, more or less, just given away to this energy. Whatever else you're doing, it's always there, looming. It's in the back of your head. Christmas parties, all of that kind of stuff. It's all happening. We're going on to Kanda. I'm not sure that we've got any questions this week. I know that nobody's left me a question, certainly. Still water. That's the answer to that question. It's always water. Mouth gets a bit dry sometimes during the service. The question that may be occurring in your mind right now, and who knows, is I wonder what do you think the reflective tarot icon for this week is going to be? I have somewhat forgot what last week, so I think it was a good one. That was the Queen of Wands, wasn't it? Yeah, Queen of Wand energy. That's really good. So the question is, how did that work out? And the answer to that is, I suppose it did. This is the thing. Energies at this time of year, vibes, they're going to get subsumed. There's a very loud vibe playing throughout the Western world, and we've already discussed it just now. So, extra vibes are just tiny little tweaks to the overall vibe, but we'll take a tiny little tweak wherever we can get one. So let's do it. As always, and if you've got your own tarot deck and you want to use it for your own purposes, 5 split shuffles, or however you like to shuffle it, I don't know, but 5 of them anyway. 5 is very important, and then put it together, a single cut to bring the chosen card to the top of the pile. That's what the card is. That's what the cut is for. Technically, if you're drawing a number of cards, you should probably cut every time. But we've just drawing one, of course, and I don't even know what it is, but I've got it in my hand. That's always special at this time with the reflective tarot. We have the card, but we don't know what it is. But I'm even holding it in my hand, and we're going to find out what it is at the same time now. Oh, the Two of Wands. Ooh, wand energy continuing to permeate at this time, which is great because it means that we've got a sort of a passionate Christmas, a Christmas Yule log, 2 in this case, burning away in the hearth, inviting us on to explore our passions. And the Two of Wands is, of course, the 2 is the number of choice. A basic binary choice comes in 2s, so we have a Two of Wands choice right here. There's a little guy in his robes choosing which of the brooms to take, and he has the world in his hand. And I think that's one of the things wand energy is very much, making a place in the world through your passion, igniting, burning bright. What to reflect upon until we have been through the eye of the Christmas needle is when it comes to our passions, our interests, the things that we want to do, for ourselves, whatever they may be. What are we going to choose? And the answer to that is choose whatever's best that doesn't harm anyone. Best for you, don't harm anyone else. That's where we're at. I might choose to trim my moustache. And that's probably a really good thing to do. Not sure I'm passionate about it, but it's a choice. Yeah, it's a weaker choice, and particularly the choices about things that we love the most, which is interesting because Christmas is a time for being with the ones that we love the most. So we've got plenty of opportunity to explore that space in the following week. Hurrah for the reflective tarot and how it shows us things we already knew. It is Christmas. It is Christmas. So I guess it's no surprise that following hot on the heels of 23 and the reflective tarot, we have the weekly sacrament. It's time already for that weekly sacrament. Can't believe it, but I also can believe it. It's weird, I always thought that if I was in the house by myself doing this business, that I would run a longer service. But I guess it's the season of the year that dictates that. In fact, I mean, if it was summer, maybe we'd have a whole different ball game going off here, but it's not. It's right in the heart of that season that is all about drinking and laughing and eating and having a jolly good time. And what better way to mark that occasion than with your hot dog? It can be a real hot dog. It can be one of these small tubular candies, such as I'm showing here, or, as we've decided, house rule, any strawberry flavoured item except, importantly, a strawberry, due to the fact that strawberries are not the same flavour as things that are strawberry flavoured. Who knows why? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe. But now we can all stick apart together and recite the SWTP sacrament mantra. I could not find a hot dog, not even with a bun. So I eat this, insert the name of your strawberry flavoured foodstuff here, because devotion comes with fun. Hail Eris! Parting thoughts on this elegantly truncated Discordian service for this Yule occasion. My eyes are drawn back to the comment, a shit and a flower, being the thought of the week. One thing that's great in the UK with Christmas is that the UK has Christmas traditions that no one else in the world has. And a lot of them are pretty strange. Meaning that in the UK, Christmas is the time for the British to be bizarre and insane in the ways that only the British can manage. And that makes me very grateful on this one occasion to be part of the British landscape, to be in Britain. Oh, to be in Britain now that Christmas is here. Because we just behave weirdly at Christmas. I mean, this tonight is known by the hospitality industry as Nasty Friday, the last Friday before Christmas, in which British people like to get too lagered up and have a Barney for no particular reason, because it's Christmas, it's Nasty Friday. I am not doing that. I'm having a nice night in. I'm going to wrap some presents. I'm going to get into the Christmas vibe. And I suggest that you all do the same thing as well. Thank you for joining me for this service tonight. It has been a masterclass in economy. And if you're enjoying on one of our asynchronous channels, i.e. enjoying the YouTube video, remember it's Friday for the duration. So that is probably nicer if you get an hour of Friday on a different random day of the week, but this time you're getting only about 40 minutes. So hail Eris, happy holidays, and enjoy the Yuletide season. Night night.